Special Board of Aldermen meeting, Salado Municipal Building, 301 North Stagecoach, Salado, Texas, April 11, 2019, 6:30 p.m. Agenda, and this is the call to order. Call the roll, please.
Alderman Jackson.
Here.
Alderman Coggin.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Cratchit.
Here.
Alderman McDougal.
Here.
Mayor Valencia.
Here. Number 1, discussion and possible action. Discuss and consider possible action approving proposed amendments to the Master Development Agreement between the Village of Salado and Stagecoach, 1943 LP, executed July 14, 2016, including related documents and deeds for the 2.092 acre site and payments related to the decommissioning of the wastewater treatment plant. John?
Yes, sir. Mayor, members of the board, first of all, disregard, it's in the under guys, disregard this short, brief ordinance. That's the old ordinance. The revised ordinance, the new ordinance is in the back of your agreement that was before you pick the document, so that's the one you're considering tonight. That document contains the proposed amendment to the current development agreement with the Stagecoach, in addition to the first reading of an ordinance to convey basically the treatment plant property and the parking lot to Stagecoach. Just to kind of lay the facts out that before you, we talked about earlier this week, and that is the Stagecoach approached the village about the timeline for decommissioning the current Stagecoach plant. Now that we're at that point in the wastewater development project, we talked to them about the processes and procedures we're obligated to follow. That we were preparing to redirect the customers from that plant to the new system, and that we were about to file our closure plan with TCQ, which would take about 30 days for TCQ to green light, and then we'd have a contractor in to remove it. The estimated date for removal was 4 to 6 weeks from the contractor, as they have to break it down and weld it down. The Stagecoach folks were a little concerned about that timeline because they're heading into a busy time of the year for them, busy part of the season, which we're sensitive to too. And they asked, if we could use a contractor. If they found a contractor, they could get it done quicker. And we told them that we had bid laws we had to respect, and that we were not going to be able to do that. And so the comment was, is there any other way to get it done quicker with a contractor of their choice? And the way to do that is to basically expedite the transfer clause in the agreement. And right now, as you know, the development agreement we had said that upon decommissioning of the plant, removal of the plant in connection with the Stagecoach property to the new wastewater system, the village would transfer that land, or basically sell that land to the Stagecoach for, I believe, $1. And so the thought process in this that they kicked out is go ahead and sell us the property and the plant now, and we'll decommission it. And so that's what's before you tonight is that idea. The way this agreement is drafted, as we talked at the last meeting, is this agreement is drafted such that it is designed to provide the maximum protection for the village as far as any liability that may arise out of their decommissioning. Yes, it would be in their name. Yes, the property would be in their name. Yes, they would be doing the work, but we felt it very important to make sure we had safeguards in this agreement that would prevent the city from having to face any penalties if for some reason they fell or ran afoul of the state requirements as far as decommissioning those, or if any liability, something happened on site during the process to protect us from any responsibility in that situation. So the agreement provides protection for the village. It's just what we want to do. So it's before you. As I said, there's a conveyance ordinance that goes with this. The first reading would be this, if you so choose to approve the agreement. And then there would be a requirement for a second reading of that conveyance ordinance. And if you do that tonight, the second reading would be on next Thursday's regular meeting.
Questions to John, please?
One thing I would point out, and that is there's a cost differential that they've indicated to us. They felt like their contractor could get that plant out for a cost of somewhere in the neighborhood of $190,000 to $100,000. Our contractor has given us a bid for $140,000. This agreement calls for us to reimburse Stagecoach for the cost of removing that once the property is transferred. So there's cost savings to the village in the proposal that they presented.
Questions to Don, please?
Don, as a point of order, we posted that this was going to be the second and the final reading, but we haven't had the first reading.
First, as we pointed out at the last meeting, the first reading is part of this particular agreement. The second reading was posted in the event you all approved this agreement earlier this week. You didn't, so tonight you are not considering the second reading at this meeting. You're only considering this agreement in the first reading.
So the posting is really an inaccurate posting then?
No, it's an accurate posting based on the facts at the time it was posted. The fact that you all delayed the meeting eliminates the possibility of you considering the second reading tonight, because they really need to be considered in two different meetings. So, translation, you won't take any action on D tonight, if you choose to take action on it.
Other questions, please, to Don?
Let me ask something. We say that they, the Stagecoach Inn, they found another person to do the work.
Yes, sir.
I wonder what the Stagecoach Inn knows about removing, what they're talking about removing.
There are representatives, I believe, from the development and back, Mr. McDougall.
Okay, thank you, but we've worked on this for years.
Our contractor's taking it down.
Yes, and so I think that the expertise is on our side, if there's a side to it. So I wonder about any expertise that the Stagecoach Inn might have. I don't see any expertise in that particular arena.
That's a question I'm unable to answer.
Yeah, okay. How do we get that answer, or do we?
The representatives of the development are here tonight, and they may know more about their contract.
Are they gonna speak to us? What are they gonna do?
Well, all we got to do, Mike, is to we got to get a motion on the floor, and then we can go to discussion. And then I'll ask them to speak.
Okay.
Discuss it with them or with Don.
Okay, all right, a motion to do what? Anything?
To approve proposed amendments to the master development agreement between the Village of Salado and Stagecoach 1943, executed July 14, 2016, including related documents and deeds for the 2.092 acre site and payments related to the decommissioning of the wastewater treatment.
Okay, all right, so any kind of motion to deal with that question, okay? All right. That was my question.
Other questions to Don? I'll entertain a motion then.
Your Honor, I move that we take no action on the proposed ordinance to turn over our wastewater treatment plant to the contractor at this time.
The agreement and orders.
And the agreement is presented in front of us.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion now, please. Would we like to invite
That is your call.
Clark, would you like to come up and talk with us a little bit? Thank you so much for coming.
Good afternoon, Alderman. My name is Clark Lyda. I'm one of the principals in Stagecoach 1943 LP, which is the owner of the various pieces of real estate that comprise Stagecoach Inn. We are in the beginning the third phase of work at the site. We have completed about $13 million worth of investment to date, reopening the restaurant after an extensive, I won't call it a renovation, more of a reconstruction, and been a 48 hotel rooms, which have been reopened, along with about $700,000 worth of landscaping. We are now proceeding to immediately remove the old cafe building, to erect a new fence along I-35 frontage with some signage on it, to increase lighting across the site and help me. Terry, what else is on our short list?